Hello, and welcome to Inverness's Corner. Today I will be interviewing some of the witnesses of the Macbeth incident as recorded by Shakespeare. My first guest has a very personal connection to this event, and he is here to tell us his side of the story. Welcome, Macduff.
Woo! Yeah, Macduff, you're hot.
Now, I'm aware you were the lead crusader for Macbeth's downfall.
Yes, I was.
Why is that?
Well, you see, Macbeth just kind of took over. He had no right to kill the king. We all really liked the king and the way he was running our country, and then he just came in and it all went downhill from there. And so me and the Crusaders felt that Malcolm needed to be back on the throne as the rightful heir.
Indeed. So I'm aware that Macbeth has wronged you in some very personal ways. How did he do that?
Well, I was, off hanging with my buddy Malcolm, and I left my wife and kids at home. That's what you do. And I come back, and Ross tells me that Macbeth had them all killed.
Oh, I'm sorry. My sincerest apologies.
Yeah, it's really hard.
I understand.
So, after that happened, I had to go back to, that's when we got all the Crusaders together. And it was a really tough time because all I wanted to do was cry. And Malcolm, he was like, "Man up, dude," and I was like, "Okay, I got this."
It's very inspirational.
So I took all that sadness and I put it all in a box and shoved it away in my mind. And so all the anger came. And then we stormed Macbeth's castle at Inverness, and I took my sword and I went up to him and I said, "Turn, hellhound, turn." And I sliced it.
I'm glad you were able to exact your revenge.
Yeah, I'm glad too.
Thank you for coming on the show this morning, Macduff, and my deepest regrets about your loss.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. And now I have Banquo, Macbeth's used-to-be best friend. So, Banquo, how does it feel being plotted to be murdered by your best friend?
Really sucks, man. It was really hard. It's hard to talk about it, I'm sorry.
It's okay, take your time.
Well, I thought we were really good buddies because I knew he had killed Duncan. I knew it. And I could have easily told someone. But, he was my friend. So I thought, you have to wait. You have to make sure, talk to him about it, like bros. And so I waited. But then I was taking my kid out for some hunting, and he gets these guys to murder me. He didn't even murder me himself. I mean, who does
Very
that?
rude.
Who does that?
Obviously Macbeth does, but that's okay. Just know you are a better man
That
than
is so
Macbeth.
hard.
It's okay. It's okay.
It was so hard.
And that's Banquo for you. Thank you. Thank you, Banquo. Thank you. And now here I have the failed ruler of Scotland. So Macbeth, my first honest opinion or question is, don't you feel guilty about killing all of these people?
I really do, honestly. After the first one, I was kind of freaking out. I couldn't get the blood off. It was just all over my hands, and I felt bad for killing Duncan, and my mind was just full of scorpions, and I just couldn't get it out.
And so, if you were feeling so guilty, why did you want to become king?
I didn't want to kill Duncan. He was a pretty chill dude. But then my wife, who's kind of psychotic, pushed me to be king. She called out my manhood. She said I was unmanned. Like, do you know what that does to a guy?
Well, I was going to have this as a pleasant surprise, but I see now things got a little awkward since Lady Macbeth heard everything you just said. Lady Macbeth, everyone.
Thanks.
I didn't know you were going to say that. So, Lady Macbeth, thank you for joining us.
You're very welcome.
So, I heard you pushed Macbeth a little bit into becoming king. Why did you do that?
Oh, I didn't push him. He wanted it.
What?
You wanted it.
No, I didn't.
Even.
I sent you a letter telling you what the witches said. I didn't
you sent
say
me a letter.
I wanted it.
You clearly wanted it.
No, I was just telling you what happened. I was
wanted
being
to
a good
be
husband.
king.
Alright.
So, I just made a nice, simple plan. Ended very happily. We were both happy. All we had to do was kill Duncan. That was all.
So then, how did things get out of hand? Why did everyone die?
Ask him.
Shouldn't have killed Duncan in the first place, and what had happened eventually, Duncan would have died of old age. We could have waited it out. Wasn't necessary.
If we had waited it out, then we would have had to kill Malcolm.
Alright. And don't even say I was the only one that felt guilty. You were the one who committed suicide because you felt so guilty. So excuse me. Do you have any more questions? Because she's making me mad.
I feel that this is the end of our Macbeth's interview. Thank you, Macbeth and Lady Macbeth.
Get up.
Thank you.
Go.
Don't
Go.
Now that debacle is over with, I have Malcolm, newly crowned King of Scotland. So Malcolm, you were over in England having some vacay time, and then you suddenly came back to Scotland and became king. How's that possible?
Well, you see, when I came back, I met up with Macduff. And you see, Macduff hates Macbeth, and I hated Macbeth for obvious reasons. And everyone really hated Macbeth. He wasn't a very good ruler. So we came together, and we bonded and created an army.
Teamwork.
And we fought him. And once Macduff killed Macbeth, I was the rightful heir to the throne. So, got to be king.
So, what was your strategy to storm Dunsinane Hill?
Well, after a lot of thinking and brainstorming, I came up with the best strategy. I think it was my idea. So, we took branches off the trees and stuff that we found on the floor, burning woods, and we held them in front of our faces like this. So while we were going to the castle to storm it, it just looked like the woods were moving to the castle. They couldn't see us and they couldn't see our armor and wind. So it was like, now you see me, now you don't. Now you see me, now you don't. It was so good. It was awesome.
Thank you for taking time out of ruling Scotland
No
to
problem.
come on the show. It's very nice of you. And that concludes Inverness's Corner for this week. Thank you for tuning in. And next week we will have the three weird sisters come in and give us a little show on prophecies and spells. Thank you.